It's no secret that Jacksonville families looking to upgrade their lifestyle often find themselves torn between two very different areas, Mandarin and St. Johns County. One offers that classic, established charm with easy access to everything in the city. The other promises top-rated schools, newer homes, and family-focused master-planned communities. But they both check a lot of boxes, and if you don't know the deeper differences between the two, you might end up choosing based on the wrong priorities. So in this video, I'm breaking down the real-life feel of Mandarin versus St. Johns County. We'll walk through lifestyle, location, commute, schools, homes, and what it's actually like to live in each spot day to day. My goal is to give you the clarity you need to figure out which one fits your life best. If we haven't met before, I'm Joshrogers. I've been a real estate agent for the past 15 years, and I lead the F3 home team here in Northeast Florida. We've helped hundreds of families make the move and land in neighborhoods that feel like home, not just look good on paper. And honestly, it usually just starts with a simple text. So if you're exploring your options and want a local expert to help sort through what's out there, shoot me a message. My job is to simplify this decision and help you find the perfect fit for your lifestyle and your family. Let's start with the overall feel of each area, because for a lot of families, the vibe of a neighborhood is what either clicks or doesn't. Mandarin has this deeply rooted, established energy that you really can't fake. You'll see massive oak trees draped in Spanish moss that stretch over the roads, casting this peaceful canopy of shade. Drive through any of the older neighborhoods and you'll feel it. Homes that have stood for decades, yards that have grown in, and a general sense that life moves a little slower here, in a good way. People know their neighbors, they've raised their kids here, and now some of those kids are coming back to raise their families. It's not flashy or trying to be the next hotspot, but it's steady, familiar, and for a lot of folks, that predictability is part of the charm. You'll find a lot of one-story brick homes, ranch-style layouts on larger lots, and an older demographic that really values peace and space. Even the commercial areas like the Mandarin Road Corridor or the San Jose Stretch feel more laid back and rooted in tradition than trend. Now, over in St. Johns County, especially in places like Nocatee, Rivertown, or Shearwater, it's a whole different rhythm. You've got newer master-planned communities that are designed from the ground up to support modern family life. There are golf carts on the trails, food trucks on Friday nights, and splash pads packed with kids on sunny afternoons. It's not uncommon for neighbors to host block parties or connect over community Facebook groups. There's a real sense of new beginnings, like everyone's figuring it out together. You'll see a lot of younger families, many of them relocating from out of state, especially the Northeast, Texas, and California, who came here looking for more space, better schools, and a lifestyle that feels intentional. Everything feels curated. Whether it's the miles of walking trails, the resort-style amenity centers, or the well-maintained entrances with water features and signage, you can tell it's been planned with growth and experience in mind. So when it comes to lifestyle, it's not about better or worse. It's about what kind of environment speaks to you. But of course, lifestyle is just one part of the equation. Where these areas sit on the map can make a big difference depending on where you work, where your kids go to school, and how much time you want to spend in the car every day. Let's talk geography and drive time, because how your day flows often comes down to where you live. Mandarin is located in the southern portion of Jacksonville proper. It hugs the east bank of the St. Johns River and sits just north of the Duval-St. Johns County line. That means if you work downtown in San Marco or even at NAS Jacksonville, your commute from Mandarin is usually quicker and more direct than coming from St. Johns County. You're already in the city limits, and most of the main arteries like San Jose Boulevard and Interstate 295 run right through Mandarin. For people who work in Central or West Jacksonville, Mandarin is really well positioned. St. Johns County, on the other hand, stretches further south. Depending on where you land, say Nocatee or Silverleaf or Rivertown, you might be looking at a 30 to 45-minute commute into Jacksonville, sometimes longer during rush hour. Now, if you work remotely or have flexibility, that extra distance might not matter much. But for families where one or both adults need to be on the road regularly, it's something to think about. Also, keep in mind that St. John's is more car-dependent. Mandarin has been around longer, so you've got more local shopping centers, restaurants, and services scattered throughout the area. St. Johns County is catching up fast, but depending on the neighborhood, you might still find yourself driving 10 to 15 minutes just to grab groceries or pick up takeout. Now let's shift gears and talk about what's often one of the biggest drivers for families choosing where to live, and that's schools. Education is a huge deciding factor for many families, and here's where the contrast gets even clearer. St. Johns County is consistently ranked among the top school district in the entire state of Florida. It's earned that spot for years thanks to high-performing public schools, new facilities, strong community support, and a reputation for academic excellence. If having access to A-rated schools is one of your top priorities, you'll find no shortage of highly rated elementary, middle, and high schools in St. Johns County. Places like Nice, Bartram Trail, and Tokoi Creek are all well regarded. And because many of the neighborhoods in St. Johns are newer, the schools are too, with campuses designed with modern amenities and plenty of extracurricular options. Mandarin is part of the Duval County public school system, which is more of a mixed bag. Now, to be fair, there are definitely some solid options. Mandarin High School, for instance, has a good reputation, and there are several magnet and charter schools that families love. But overall, Duval County schools can vary quite a bit from one neighborhood to the next. For some families, this is where private school starts to become part of the equation, which can be a great fit. But it's also something to plan for logistically and financially. Schools matter, but they're not the whole picture. Let's talk about what your daily life feels like in each of these areas, beyond just the logistics. In Mandarin, you've got everything you need, but it's more traditional. Think established shopping centers, long-standing restaurants, local parks like Walter Jones Historic Park or Alberts Field, and waterfront views along the river. You'll find some beautiful older communities that back up to the water, and many have larger, more private lots. What you won't find as much of are those all-in-one amenity centers with pools, gyms, and clubhouses that are common in newer developments. St. Johns County flips that script. Amenity-rich communities are the norm. Places like Shearwater, Beach Walk, and Nocatee offer resort-style living. Lazy rivers, water slides, fitness classes, social events, dog parks, food trucks, and more. These neighborhoods were designed to give residents plenty to do without ever leaving the community, which is especially appealing for active families with young kids. You'll also notice the infrastructure in St. John's tends to feel newer. Wider sidewalks, manicured roundabouts, and playgrounds around every corner. The trade-off is that it's less quirky, less historic, but more curated and built for modern convenience. So now that we've talked about the vibe, commute, schools, and lifestyle, what's the takeaway here? Let's wrap this up in a way that helps you weigh what matters most. Mandarin gives you an established, mature part of Jacksonville with bigger trees, bigger lots, and more traditional character. It's ideal for families who want to be close to the city, avoid long commutes, and enjoy the charm of a well-rooted neighborhood. St. Johns County gives you that new construction, community-focused lifestyle with top-rated schools, tons of amenities, and a younger, more suburban energy. It's great for families who want the latest in design, community life, and school rankings, and who don't mind a bit more drive time in exchange for all of that. So it really comes down to what feels like home to you. And hey, if you're sorting through this and thinking, I just need someone who knows both areas inside and out to help me figure this out, that's exactly what I do. So if you're considering making the move and want someone local to help you narrow it down and find a home that fits your life, go ahead and send me a message. I'd love to help you land in the right spot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.